Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am really excited because I have another haul. It's only a mini one this time, but I feel like I just filmed the other haul like recently. But because it was my birthday like a few weeks ago, I haven't yet filmed the books that I got for my birthday. So I thought I would just show you guys today what I got because I'm very excited to have them on my TBR in my physical collection and yeah, get around to reading them all. Not got many, but the ones I've got, they are quite good books. I think I've heard very good things about them, and there is one book in particular that I cannot wait to show you guys because it has become my prized possession. Like, I love it so much. Like, normally it is in full display on my bookshelf, but I have got it out in front of me. So yeah, I'm sure some of you might know what it is already, but if you don't, stick around, I will show you, and it is going to be the highlight of the video, 110%. So the first and only book that I have actually purchased in this haul is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I think I mentioned in a previous video that I really loved Daisy Jones and the Six. I was obsessed with it. I listened to an audiobook and it has become one of my favourite books I've ever read. I loved it. So I was so curious to read some more from Taylor Jenkins, and she absolutely did not miss with this book. Like, I think I might even like this a bit more. I don't know, it's hard, but I've actually already read it, so I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in my January wrap up. But it was and is a phenomenal book. Like, I know I'm so late to the hype. This won't be new information to any of you, I'm sure, but if there is someone out there who's not read this book and have heard about the hype and thought, is it worth it? It's worth it. Again, I listened to it on the audiobook, but because I was just so into the audiobook, I purchased the physical copy as well so I can have it on my bookshelf. But love it. I'm actually on a book buying ban, so I've not bought any other books since I bought this one in the start of January. So next we have got The Naturals, and this author is new to me, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. She's the author of the Inheritance Games, and that series is a pretty popular series. I think it's a YA mystery. It's not a thriller, I don't think, but a mystery sort of genre. I haven't read that, but I do want to read it. But this just sounded a little bit more interesting to me. So it's kind of been compared to Criminal Minds because it's about these young people who have very realistic powers. Like, they're not actual powers, but they're gifts that most people don't have. So our main character in the first book, because this is a series, is called Cassie, and she is natural at reading people. I'm just looking at what it says on the blurb. So the FBI are like, you are amazing at reading people. She can read like the littlest, tiniest facial expressions, pick up on like movements, and then gather information that way. So the FBI really want her on their team, and they kind of move her in with other young people who all live in, I don't know, a location that have also got similar gifts to her. She like realizes that they're all not as they seem, and then I think a murder happened, and to collectively with their gifts they try and figure it out. I'm not 100% sure, but I have heard really good things about this book, and it sounds fun. Short YA, I don't know what genre it is. I'm gonna guess like a mystery sort of vibe. Yeah, it sounds fun. So I got this as a birthday present. So next we have Elsie Silver and her book Flawless. Again, a completely new author to me, but one that I have heard a lot of good things about. I am a little bit skeptical because it just does not sound like the kind of book I would normally pick up. I think it's like a cowboy, sporty, summer romance vibe, and I like summer romances, but the cowboy sport sort of vibes I've not read before. But BookTube has made me curious enough to put it on my TBR, so I'm very happy I got it for my birthday. And like, it sounds like it might be a little bit smutty, maybe a little bit steamy. It's definitely dual perspective. Our main character is called Rhett, and then there's also a girl called Summer. So I like dual perspective books, so that will be interesting. But even just reading the first line of the blurb, I'm like, this book sounds a bit cringe. Like, listen to this, listen to this. The rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter. But now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed. And, well, rules were made to be broken. Then it goes on to talk about how he's like a bull rider, he's not got the best reputation, and his agent needs him to clean up his image. And I guess, I don't know who the daughter belongs to, but anyway, he's being babysat by this like young girl who he finds attractive. And yeah, the rest of the series of this book is in the works right now for £2.50 each. So if I do like this series, I'm confident that I can easily pay £2.50 to buy the rest of the series for each book. But whether I like it or not will be something we'll have to wait and see. But I'm curious, so that is Flawless. Next we have Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mehra. And again, never read this author before. I'm not sure if she's a new author. I've not heard about her before. But this premise, like the idea behind this book just sounds really funny and entertaining. And I think it's not like meant to be a serious vibe. I think it has got the comedy element to it, and I enjoy that. I think literally what the title says is what it's about. There is a romance element to it. So essentially the main character, what's her name, Evie, she's kind of struggling for money, and she gets this job, beggars can't be choosers, and she chooses to work for this villain. And she's like got her morals right. She's like, I don't want to work for a villain, but I need the money, so I'll do it. And she ends up in very interesting situations, and she's like, this is odd, but it's my job. But she starts to have a crush on her boss, who is the villain. And things are not as they seem. I think there's like crimes that happen, and the villain starts to be hunted, or someone wants to kill the villain, and they try and solve and find out what's going on. So it sounds really random, but really entertaining. And I've heard really great things about this book, so I'm so excited to have it now. And I'm so intrigued to read it. So it's got like enemies to lovers, maybe. She like didn't like her boss, but now she does. And then also like workplace romance. In a weird way, a villain and an assistant to the villain. Very different kind of idea, but very original. I like it. And yeah, I'm not sure if there's any sort of like fantasy element to it in terms of like powers and stuff. So I'm going in pretty blind, but I am so intrigued by this book. I cannot wait to read it. So next, my lovely friend Jess got me the full series of The Cruel Prince, and I was so excited because I'm just about to finish the Akata series. As we talk, I'm on the last book, and whew, it is getting intense. But I just really enjoyed it, so I wanted to stay in the fantasy world and find another series to kind of dip my feet into, and this is one that comes highly recommended. It sounds similar in terms of this fae. There's a girl and her family who get kidnapped into the Feylands, her parents get murdered, and there's like a whole new kingdom she has to learn about, and a prince that literally every single person I see on BookTube is talking about, called Carden. And I was like, I am intrigued and I would like to read this series, so I'm very happy to have the whole trilogy and yeah, get to find out what Holly Black is like as an author as well. I've not read her before, and just have another fantasy to get into. I've got quite a few I need to start soon, but this one seems like it's quite doable. It's not too long, they're not very chunky like Akata books, they're quite short. I'll bring one out to show you guys. Yeah, so they're pretty short, not too long at all. So I think I might actually read these all at once at some point and then do like a little reading vlog getting into this series. Okay, as promised, I have saved my favourite book, the best gift, the best book I've ever received to last. And can we get a drum roll? Can we get... like... I can't can't even speak. I love this book. Breathe. When I opened this book for my birthday, I was just so happy. I had asked for this for Christmas and I didn't get it, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll get it for my birthday, and I did, and I just stare at it often. Like, I just come in this room and I look at her and I'm just like, how are you so pretty? So this is the special edition of Noughts and Crosses. Noughts and Crosses is my favourite book. It's my favourite series, and it is like just a very nostalgic vibe for me. Like, I read it when I was 11 or 12, and it was the book that really got me into reading, and it was the first book I ever read with a black female character as like one of the main characters, and I hadn't realised until I read this book how important it was to read a book where I could kind of see myself in the character. I don't think it's something when you're a child you think about consciously, but when I did read it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, I'm reading about a girl who's also black, and it just was so amazing. And I just think for that reason it will always have a very special place in my heart. And the fact that this book is not only a special edition of the book, but a black artist has created the most stunning images to go with parts of the story, it's just like, I will never ever get tired of looking at it, and I will never read it in this form. I might read it in like my other versions, but this is purely just to look at leisurely and never ruin, because it is perfect in every single way. I'll show you a few pages. So some of these pages have spoilers or like indicators of what might happen, so I don't want to spoil it, but I think this page is quite good for being vague, like you can't really guess what is happening from this picture. But this is one of the pages, and honestly the whole book has this little gems of art that they're just so beautiful. So I love this book. I absolutely love this book, and I could not wait. I could have done a whole video about this book, but I could not wait to show it. So yes, so that is it for the book haul, but there is one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and that's my channel name. So currently my channel name is Debate Books, and I like that name because my name is Deb, and obviously Deb is in the word debate, and it's a booktube channel, so we're going to debate some books, we're going to talk about some books, and yeah, I just thought it was a fun name. But obviously, I guess the word debate and books are very common, and when you put them together, you find videos of people who are debating books, and so it's very hard to find my channel and my videos by searching my YouTube channel name, which is a little bit of a bummer. I don't really know what to do about that. I don't know if I can change that, and yeah, it's just something I'm not sure what to do, if I should change my channel name, or if the more videos I create and make, the easier it will become to find my YouTube channel. So I thought I'd put it out there. If anyone's got any ideas or any knowledge of what I can do to make it easier for the word debate books to be associated with my YouTube channel, then please let me know. If not, then I may have to change it so that my channel is easy to find, but that would be a bummer. I do love my YouTube channel name, so yeah. I just thought I'd put it out there in case there is anyone who can help, and if there is, then please leave your ideas in the comments, because yeah, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. But other than that, that is the end of this video. It's been so fun. My next video is going to be a January wrap up, and I cannot wait to film that. I have had such a great reading month, and I've got so many books to talk to you guys about, so hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!